What's going on, guys? It's Jay Camaro here with another episode of Initial Thoughts. This time I'm covering the new Modern Warfare 3 content drop for April, and the first map I'm going to be showing off is Sanctuary. Now, this map content drop kind of came to me really strangely. Usually, Infinity Ward / Activision announce their content drops weeks in advance, and then they show off a video of it about a week or so before it comes out. This time, I think they announced it like the day before it came out. Didn't have any form of like video showcasing it at all, and it really just appeared out of nowhere, which I don't know, I don't really like, because I like being able to like prepare for maps and find more about them, and just I kind of like anticipating new content. The reason the way I actually found out is that I looked on my subscription area on YouTube, and people were putting up gameplays of it, and I was just really surprised. So I downloaded it and I played it, and this is a pretty good map. So the second I came into this map, and still, when I'm playing this map, I think Skyrim. I don't know, just there's something about it that just really reminds me of Skyrim. It's a Greek monastery, and it's just like a kingdom, and I really like it because I'm a big fan of Skyrim, and I think it's just cool how they featured something like that. Now, it's not like that, like, it's actually, like, it's I don't know, it's weird in that it's not like a Skyrim thing, but it just seems a lot like it. I know that that's not nearly what they had in mind, and that might not be what anybody else thinks about it, but I just think it just looks a lot like it and feels a lot like it. There's a lot of close quarters areas. The size of the map, it's probably about as big as Liberation, but without all of the open areas. So really, where I am right now, where I'm shooting at, is basically the longest engagement you can go on. So there's not going to be, there's a little bit of sniping around here, but there's not as much as like Liberation, where every like 5 seconds you're getting killed by a sniper. So that's what I like about this map, because I liked Liberation in that it was a big map and it had some detail and different areas, but I just didn't like it because everywhere you went, you just got killed by snipers. There wasn't really an area that you were safe from snipers, and there was not really an area where you could like engage people in close quarters. So this map is definitely a little bit more about close quarters. Lots of detail in the levels. There's a church area, and it's just really it's like you're really there. And I think that Infinity Ward did a really nice job with designing this map. This is not anything I've played in a Call of Duty game before. Really not anything I've played in any first-person shooter before. It just, I don't know, it's a good map. So in this gameplay, I'm using my ACR, and the ACR is really good at close range, so I'm going to be getting a lot of close range kills, and I pulled out my MP9 for a little while, as you can see right now. And right here, there's a lot of close quarter engagements. Like, I've gotten myself like trapped right where I am right now quite a few times, because there's only two ways out, and the people behind you coming from each direction can switch between each hallway through other hallways. So it's definitely a map where you really got to watch your back. The enemy can be coming from just about anywhere, and there's no set area. Like, a lot of times I just see people kind of like appearing out of nowhere. That's probably, in fact, to me not really knowing the map that well. I need to find out all the flanking routes and all that. Like, the maps that have come up before, there's really not that many real flanking routes. Not enough like Battlefield, like Operation Metro, for example. There's some flanking routes in that, but well, this is Call of Duty, but like in Liberation, there was some flanking routes, but there wasn't. It wasn't like so many of them that you didn't really know where the enemy was coming from. Like in this, there's so many little passageways, doors, hallways, like stairs. There's like a ladder, big stairs right here. So the enemy can just be coming from everywhere. Like, for example, right there, that guy spawned behind me, and I just was not watching my back. This is a really beautiful part of the level. The floor is actually reflective, which I really like, and a very large ceiling, like you would see in most churches like this. And I don't know. I think that this map this map and the other one in this pack that I'm going to be talking about in another video is a good way to kick off new content drop. It's really this one, not the other one is Foundation, which is what it's called. I don't know, it doesn't feel as fresh as this map. This map looks like a completely different take on a map. Now, of course, I've only played Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, so I don't know if World at War or Call of Duty 4 had a map like this, but for me, I've never seen this in a Call of Duty game, and I think that Infinity Ward did a great job by kind of keeping it fresh. So I'm getting excited for next month because in the next content drop, there's going to be 4 multiplayer maps, which is going to be pretty big because the largest drop we've seen so far was last month's March's content drop, which had Black Box, Black Ice, and Negotiator. But the 2 Spec Ops missions, Black Ice and Negotiator, were not that long, so you can't really count them as multiplayer maps. And the most multiplayer maps we've ever seen in a content drop is 2 with Foundation and Sanctuary, and then the first content drop back in January with Piazza and Liberation. I'm pretty excited for next month. There's going to be a lot more multiplayer content, and I hope there's in the June section for the content calendar. If you go on to callofduty.com/content calendar, I think it shows you like the maps and videos and stuff like that. And it has one place that's called Classified, and I don't know what that means. It could mean, well, I heard some rumors before when Call of Duty Elite, the months of content was originally announced. I heard that they had Spec Ops missions, maps, and then game modes. Now, game modes, I don't know if they've changed that or not. I personally am not excited about one of the content drops being a game mode, because for one thing, game modes are just game modes, and you're kind of seeing something fresh, but it's gonna get old really fast. And I don't really know what else they could include. I think that really Modern Warfare 3, especially with the new playlist that was added that includes Gun Game, One in the Chamber, those kind of game modes, I think that they've really covered all of the community game types. So I think that this one, the next, if the Classified one is a game mode, which it might not even be, it might be something new, like a extension to the single-player campaign, or like a new weapon pack or stuff like that. Either way, it's the first time that's ever been featured in a content drop for or any DLC for any Call of Duty game. At least what I've played, they've never really added extensions to the campaign. I've never really seen that many games actually extend to the campaign, except for games that really focus on the single-player campaign. Probably Gears of War is the only game, the ROM's Shadow Pack. I think that that's the only game that I've actually seen that actually extends onto the single-player campaign. It's also a pretty big multiplayer game, because it's like Skyrim and games like that don't really count because they're only single-player and there's no multiplayer at all. So if you're gonna have any DLC, it would have to be single-player. But I think that that's not many people play the campaign in Modern Warfare 3. I have a friend who hasn't even played the campaign at all, and I played it because I kind of like the story, the Modern Warfare story. It was engaging, and I really wanted to see what happened, so I beat it really quickly, and I've never really played it since. I did one more playthrough for the what are they called, like the enemy intel, I think, and I got all those, and I got the achievement, so that was kind of fun. But I wouldn't really just go into it and say, okay, I'm gonna go and play the campaign again. I would only go in for like a reason, because once you've played it once, you've really seen everything. So as this video kind of starts to conclude, I'll kind of get back to the map a little bit. Right here, it's a pretty nice hallway. There's lots of like hallways, long hallways, not just like short ones where I am right now. Most of the hallways have an area where you can shoot out from a long ways away, but then because of that, you don't have that much cover. You don't really have that many escape routes. And this guy right here, I had no idea how he knew I was there. He just jumped down and immediately shot me. And he might have had heartbeat sensor on or something like that, but I didn't like that. So I'm gonna have to learn this map quite a bit. I did quite a few bad games before I was able to get a gameplay for that I showed you right now, and I didn't do that well on it. I tried to have gameplays on my channel be really good ones where I go positive and get quite a few more kills and deaths, but when it comes to like initial thoughts, I really want to get to you as soon as possible, so I really have to just choose a map that I go positive. That's my policy. If I go positive, I'll put it on. If I go negative, it's not going on YouTube. So I'm just finishing up the game. Domination, we won, and the domination points are pretty good. I think C, the enemy has a little too much advantage point because behind me they've got that entire area where they can overlook. But I think it's an overall balanced map, and it's pretty good. So I'll see you guys back again for Foundation, which I'm hoping to put up pretty soon. So if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.